Yes, you're watching the South Australian Sports Show. Some exciting news for harness racing at last, Poppy.
Yes.
At Wavell,
Good.
October 27th. It will be a massive event. The CEO has been good enough, John Lewis, to come in and tell us all about it. John, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Phil. Poppy, great to be with you.
All right, 1973 was the last time harness racing would have been at Wavell, so 45 years.
You're only 5.
Yeah, I was young, man. You guys weren't born at that stage,
That's
I know.
right.
Gee, appreciate you saying that, John.
73, wow.
Yeah, 1973, where were you? So it's a long time between drinks, but really excited about going back there. So it's just very exciting, and I've spoken to so many South Australians who are just over the moon about trots going back to Wavell.
You know, it's nice to talk about a good news story in harness racing because it's been a big battle for a decade or so, and there's people that have hung on there, and they should be commended because there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel come the end of October.
Well, exactly. When we made the announcement last week, we weren't expecting the level of media coverage that we got. It was unprecedented, you know, getting page 3 of the Advertiser, one of the lead stories on the news that night. As you say, we've never had that level of publicity probably in over 50 years. So it's just been tremendous and overwhelming because I think certainly most older people have got some type of emotional connection with Wavell. And so we're coming back home in many ways.
So if you say that, John, there's the nostalgia for the people that used to go there, my age who like to watch the horses run.
Yes.
What about the younger generation? How do you bring those people to Wavell?
Yeah, it's a good point, Phil, because there's no connection with Wavell for younger people apart from perhaps when they went to the show or the big day out. So we have to work hard to make sure we make a connection with the younger crowd. So that's going to be very important in terms of both the racing entertainment, also the non-racing entertainment on the night, because we think it's a great way to showcase our crowd. So yeah, we're working very hard at the moment in terms of both enticing, not taking for granted the older crowd because we think there'll be huge interest there, but you're right, we have to work hard to get the younger crowd there. And I think that'll be a combination of both racing and non-racing entertainment on the night, similar to what football does at Adelaide Oval, you know.
What about just the change of location itself? I mean, you become very set in your ways because you know what you need to roll out at Globe Derby on a weekly basis. You come into a premise that you've been there 4 decades ago, more. What are the hurdles you need to get over?
Yeah, I think the first thing is probably the track. I mean, Wavell's a very small track, 510 metres, but then
Compared to what is Globe Derby?
just over half a mile, so about 830
Okay, so it's
metres.
a big difference, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And even Globe Derby today is a small track by interstate standards. So you've got Menangle, which is in Sydney, which is 1,400 metres, which to be frank is probably too big. But most tracks, the benchmark is around 1,000 metres. So that presents its own issues. The surface is concrete, so there's going to be a lot of work in terms of rebuilding the surface for the meeting. And we've got a lot of experts in that area working closely with the curator at Wavell. So the interesting thing between 1973 to now, horses have become faster, stronger, more powerful. So they're running incredible times. Years ago, mile rates they'd run 2 minutes 8 seconds for a mile rate. Now they're running 1:53, 1:54. So that's an interesting challenge getting around the smaller circuit. But we're working on a whole range of things there. Probably smaller fields at Wavell compared to Globe Derby. Our best drivers will be racing at Globe Derby, including probably interstate drivers, some of expats. So that's going to be a really important thing. Bring some of our best back to Adelaide, and we're talking about Greg Sugars, Jeffrey Webster, Lance Justice. So as you know, we export most of our talent, and they'll be coming back. So that's going to be a challenge. But we're confident it'll be a wonderful race meeting.
So just interesting when you make, John, 1973 there were probably 20 horses on the track at that time. Globe Derby now it's probably down to say 10. You'd imagine this is going to be more like a 6-horse around the smaller track just because of the shape.
I might get a trifecta at long last.
But there's going to be some unbelievable speed in the race, isn't there?
Yeah, there will be, Phil, and probably maximum be up to 8 fields of 8 horses. So. And probably standing starts. We went to mobile starts across Australia and Australasia about 25, 30 years ago. But you're right, it'll be an incredible atmosphere. It's a coliseum there, as you know. I think that's the big appeal with Wavell. You can touch the horses. You're so close. It's loud, it's noisy. You know, I should give you an example. In 1963, at the end of Dominion won by Cardigan Bay, they had 47,000 people at Wavell. I don't know how they fitted them in. The biggest crowd in recent years has been monster trucks that had 12,000. They said it was pretty crowded. So How they fit in 47,000, I don't know, but big crowds. Admittedly, there wasn't as much to do in Adelaide then.
Yeah.
But we're hoping for a crowd in excess of 10, maybe up to 15,000.
Wow.
That's funny because when you mention the word Colosseum, I'm thinking, is there any chance there could be a gladiators race? You know, with
or let some lions free or something
I'm not
like that.
suggesting you're going a bit far with that one. Probably.
Well, I've sent Charlton Heston an email.
Yeah.
Have you responded? No, well, Russell Crowe's still okay.
Yeah, well, that's right.
That's it.
John, in saying that though, one of the big attractions when you go to the cricket is the marquees out the back.
Yes.
I mean, half the people don't even watch the cricket. They spend more time networking on the social side. So marquees or the VIP tents, would some of those spring
Absolutely, Phil. Yeah, so that's one. The young market, as you know, are quite fickle. So we're looking at a super site for the young market on the track itself, overlooking the track or adjacent to the track with their own entertainment. So that's something in particular we're targeting young people. They want to be on their own. There'll be a lot of VIP sections. There's some outstanding facilities there. So we're going to cater for everyone. So if you want an unreserved seat and just turn up, that's great. But if you want a VIP package, we'll have all of that. So there'll be plenty of options for people coming along on the night.
Oh, so exciting. One area, though, that would be of interest, I guess, is driver safety. You've touched on not having the mobile start, but given you've got a concrete track there, and the horses, as you say, are a lot quicker these days, that's something I guess that's going to have to be addressed.
Yeah, Chairman of Stewards has done quite a bit of work already, Ross Neal, so he's very experienced in that. So he's provided a number of reports. There's been a number of inspections.
Yeah.
When I say the base of the track is concrete at the moment, it won't be on the race meeting itself. So there'll be a nice cushioning, quite a bit of cover.
Yeah, okay.
So horses need that cushioning and cover on the track. So we're confident that we'll have a track that'll be in outstanding condition for the night, and we're putting a lot of measures in place to reduce the risk of injury. Going back again to the 70s, you know, it wasn't uncommon to have regular crashes and that sort of thing. But these days in harness racing, the level of skill of drivers in particular is so much more advanced. The rules are far stricter. So, look, you're right. We've got to make sure it's a safe workplace, if you like. And we've done a lot of work already in that space.
And I think too, you know, those people that want to get involved, and it's all very well to get involved for that one day, but I think the key here is to those businesses that want to be involved, that their commitment needs to be longer than, yes, we'd love you to be part of this, but that comes as, because that's what we all need it. We all need that long-term commitment.
Exactly, yeah. And we only get one shot at this, to be honest, with Wayville, but you're right, we want to make a connection with people that perhaps haven't had a connection with our code with a view to then growing it, and then perhaps they can come out to Globe Derby or go to one of the country tracks.
Well, you say you only get one go at it, but is there a chance that there's going to be, given it all is executed the way you want it to be, that it becomes bigger than this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, potentially. I mean, if this year goes well, there's no reason why we wouldn't repeat it on on an annual basis.
Yes.
I think I know where you're going with this question in terms of.
I was trying to lead you in, yes.
Harness racing relocating back into the city, whether it's Wayville or Victoria Park. Look, Globe Derby's the home of harness racing.
Sure.
Look, this is a one-off event. We're committed to Globe Derby and our other tracks.
Yep.
But 10 years ago, who would have thought football was coming back to Adelaide Oval?
True enough.
I mean, none of us, if we were honest, thought it wouldn't happen, and it did. So you'll never say never. I know the government's been very keen to redevelop Victoria Park.
Yes.
For as either a single code or tri-code venue, but at this stage, Globe Derby's our home, and we'll just see how Wayville goes.
I think Adelaide Oval's given everyone a bit of confidence, hasn't it? About the possibilities.
Yeah. So, mate, can you stop being so excited? Because the guy over there,
I know he's winding us up, but
he's been doing it for 3 minutes.
I'm excited for John and the sport. I think it's great. Well done.
October 27, get down to Wayville, harness racing. John, our special guest, thanks for coming in, mate. It will be a spectacular night, October 27th, Wayville Showgrounds. Stay with us, still plenty to come.